Hi, this is Kara. Welcome to Break Free Fridays, or welcome back if you've been following the series. It's so great to have you here. And today I was inspired to talk about facing the hard truth. And the particular area that I wanted to go into around this has to do with our empowerment journeys, our transformation journeys, where we dive into awakening and self-development and healing, spiritual awakening. And the reality of this process is that it's really not for the faint of heart. And it takes a lot of courage going through the process of really doing that inner work is something that not only takes courage, but it really takes persistence, and it's filled with some challenges and ups and downs. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is that oftentimes it's easy to think that when we bump up against something difficult, that it might be an indication that we're on the wrong track. And in the case of this inner work, it's so often an indication that we are exactly on path, and we are going through those pieces of unraveling things, waking up to things, healing wounds, feeling things that maybe we have shut ourselves down from, or we've been avoiding, or we've been running from, and they're not always pleasant. And one of the things that is important to remember in doing the inner work, it is so worthy, and it is so worth it, and it gets easier with time. Imagine, one of the things that I think of as an analogy, if you're learning to ski or snowboard, for example, for the first time, there's going to be a lot of falls, and you might have bruises, and it hurts a little bit, and there's some stumbling, and yet it's so exhilarating and fun to be on that mountaintop, and the beauty of it and the freedom of it. And I just want to remind all of us that the inner work and that journey, that is the place of greater empowerment, of greater freedom, of greater happiness, of more fun, of more gratitude, of more abundance. And so it is definitely worth the process that can be challenging, that can be difficult. And one of the things that I wanted to share, when we're doing this inner work, I think about a lot of the people that I've worked with and that I've talked to, and even in my own journey, it gets intertwined very much with spiritual awakening as well. And some of the process of awakening our clairsenses, the extra senses that we have. And it's, part and parcel of awakening and aligning more with our intuition as well, and like that source within us. And that process, it can often awaken us to things in a way that we have not seen before. And sometimes it can be a little jarring. Sometimes it can be a little scary. And the one thing that I want to remind you of, and that was so important in my own journey, is that when we have those awarenesses and we have these different points of perception and perspective that come to life, initially, the thing that's so important to remember is that what we've been experiencing, it's shining light to things that were already there. It's shining light to things that were already in existence. And so when we see what that is, sometimes because it can be jarring and it can be scary, it's important to remind ourselves, okay, this isn't something new. I've been in this. I've been dealing with this. It's just I haven't been awakened to it, or I haven't been aware of it, or I haven't seen it in the same way. And that's part of what is so incredible about the inner work is it's a lot of perspective shifting. It's a lot of eye-opening ahas. It's a lot of being able to move through and navigate through things that we are maybe in fear of, but we so much want what's on the other side. And so it's getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's getting comfortable with pushing that edge and having those next breakthroughs and realizing that next level of mastery and that next level of empowerment and that next level of freedom. And that's what gets to be so exciting, is the more that we persist in the inner work, and the more that we face the hard things, and the more that we transform, and the more that we awaken, it gets easier, and it becomes more joyful, and we have this sense of accomplishment and satisfaction and meaning and purpose that comes in a way that is so beautiful. And even, think about the times in life that you have the most excitement around, or the fondest memories, the greatest sense of pride or satisfaction. And oftentimes those things are connected with areas that we go outside of our comfort zone, that have pushed us into a realm of greater possibility, that maybe we've broken through fear to realize something more. And so if you remind about that, and then center in on the celebration of the wins of moving through that next level of capability, that next level of possibility. So I just want to invite you to really embrace the realization that even though some of these things are uncomfortable, they're pushing edges that are challenging, that are difficult, it is so worth it. It is so worth that greater level of empowerment, that greater level of freedom, that greater level of joy, that greater level of gratitude, that greater level of abundance, and ultimately that alignment with who we truly are, and the beauty and the miracle that is life. And the more we do this work, the more that feels so real and so incredibly beautiful. So I just invite you to just really embrace that and celebrate you and I honor you, and I hope you're honoring yourself in doing this work and in learning and in growing and transforming. And I wanted to remind you too, there is about 24 hours left of the Get Unstuck Masterclass that I put out there. It is accessible for you for free until 11:59 tomorrow, March 1st, Pacific time. And it is an incredible training, and it's got a bunch of different tools to help break through from the top invisible blocks so that you can create a life of freedom and abundance. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And you can find that at www.karapiercewhitney, that's KARAPIERCE, Whitney, WHITNEY.com/get-unstuck/encore. And I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful week. And here's to your next level of empowerment and freedom. Bye for now.